Although this video started out as just a regular trip out to see what I could catch, it turned into something else entirely. You'll see what I mean in a while. It was a warm for early February Saturday, nice and sunny, so I headed out to a new-to-me spot, Glen Ellyn. This is located on the UP Geneva Sub, former Chicago and Northwestern, former Galena and Chicago Union, the first railroad built from Chicago. It's a Saturday, so there won't be as much metro traffic as a weekday. We're at milepost 22 1/4. This part of the Geneva Sub is still monitorable through ATCS Monitor, but I have to use a computer for it as I don't have the necessary radio, and east of Control Point University the server's down, but I'll at least get a little data from University, the next control point west of me. I was also testing some different exposure settings for my video camera, so if something looks weird color or lighting-wise, that's probably why. This parking lot during the week is for permit parking, but free on weekends, and gets right up against the tracks. This actually used to be right-of-way for the Chicago Aurora and Elgin, an interurban that once boasted a one-seat ride into the loop over the L, paralleled the Northwestern for most of the trip, and was also known for using third rail power instead of overhead wires. After the rails were pulled up, the right-of-way became the Illinois Prairie Path. Keep in mind that UP typically runs left-handed, just as the Chicago and Northwestern did before them. I arrive about 10 minutes before 11. There's a manifest parked on 2 Main waiting for a recrew to head the rest of the way into Proviso Yard. There's a several-mile stretch here with no grade crossings, and this is a very common staging area. First up is inbound Metro 506 at 11 o'clock. With one inbound and one outbound exception, on Saturdays the UP West line runs every 2 hours. University is about 2 miles west of us, so I kinda have to estimate when it'll show up. It's a nice day, so there's a lot of people out. After a wave from the engineer of 506, I see there's something else lined behind it on Main 1. There's also something lined westbound on Main 3 that has a clear, but again I can't see anything east of here, so I don't know how far away it is. After a 20-minute or so wait, here comes that eastbound. I never heard it ID on the radio, but I'm confident enough to say that it was ABEPR, auto racks loaded with brand new Jeep Cherokees, coming from the Stellantis plant in Belvedere and headed to Proviso Yard. The plant is scheduled to be shut down the end of this month, but for now the new cars are still rolling out the door. As I'm waiting to see what that westbound signal's for, I notice two kids walking across the tracks from further down in the parking lot. They stop and look at me for a minute, then must have decided I wasn't paying attention or wouldn't say anything, so they decide to explore the boxcar whose door is slightly ajar. At this point, I turn the camera on. It's windy, so sorry the video won't be very clear. Idiot 1 apparently decides to come down and put something on the tracks, I'm sure coins. Then I see the headlights for Metro 503 running a little bit late. Before we go any further, I don't know how many of you are familiar with a certain video, but those who do know it will know exactly what I'm talking about immediately. Back in 1991, when Metro and Burlington Northern were retiring the Classic E units from their commuter service, a railfan went to Fairview Avenue and Downers Grove to shoot some video of them. I'll try and describe how it went without being too graphic. An outbound local was stopped in the station on the near track while an outbound express train was approaching at full speed on the middle track. A woman whose first name is Mary and last name I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce began to walk across the tracks in front of the stopped local and in front of the express train running at least 65 miles an hour with her divorce lawyer. The lawyer was, somewhat, paying attention and stopped just short of the middle track, but Mary was not so lucky. She was hit at full speed by BN E99912, what's left of her body then being projected towards the camera, hitting the camera's tripod and actually breaking the videographer's leg. Her body then ended up wedged in an electrical box, although the camera had been taken out by then so you don't see it. The unedited and uncensored video is available here on YouTube, but I do not suggest you go watch the full version. It's graphic, it's disturbing, and it's even worse that you can see it coming and know what's going to happen the entire time. So when I see idiots playing on the railroad tracks with a train coming...
Get off the tracks! Idiots!
So they run off and... oh yeah, here's Metro 503, I guess. As rail fans, we need to call out this stupid and illegal behavior if we see it. Was that idiot going to play chicken with the train? I don't know for sure, and I didn't really want to find out, and I didn't want to find out if he won or not. It's not worth risking your life and potentially ruining the engineer's life and career just so you can impress your friends. I did not call the police or the railroad here, but I know I should have as soon as they climbed in the boxcar, and I regret that, but it's too late to change that now. My plea to call out this nonsense applies just as much to me as it does to everyone else watching this. I don't like ending videos on down notes like this, but I feel it's an important message. Whether you're a rail fan, a normal citizen, or some jerk in a gray hoodie, stay off the tracks. Period. Unless you work for a railroad, you don't belong on them anywhere other than a public crossing. Ever. There is plenty of public property adjacent to tracks. You don't need to go on private property. You can follow me on Instagram and read the blog. Links are in the video description. Until next time, please stay safe when rail fanning. And thank you, as always, for watching the Northeastern Illinois Railfan YouTube channel.